simplifying compliance. Your success, our priority.
Welcome to the AxiPro webinar today, and we're delving into the realm of SOC 2 compliance, a vital subject for businesses managing sensitive data. Whether you're a startup or an established company, grasping the fundamentals of SOC 2 is crucial to guaranteeing the security and reliability of your operations. I'm Hyacinth Polinar, Business Development Manager at AxiPro. And joining me is Jason Abitona, Lead Consultant and Auditor for SOC. With over a decade of collective expertise across diverse industries, particularly in information and cybersecurity. So, Jason, could you please explain what SOC 2 is and why it's important?
Yes, hi everyone, for sure. So SOC 2 is also known as Service Organization Control 2, is a framework designed to manage and secure customer data. It's especially relevant for organizations which store and process sensitive information like financial or personal data. SOC 2 compliance is important because achieving SOC 2 compliance basically demonstrates your commitment to protecting your customers' data or your client data. Definitely, it's not just a checkbox. It's actually a testament of your dedication as an organization that provides service to security and privacy and protecting your clients' data. Now, in addition to that, SOC 2 is anchored on the 5 trust service criteria. These are your security, availability, processing integrity, confidentiality, and privacy. Among the 5, security is the required or mandatory criterion for an organization to pursue or to include in their audit. These criteria serve as the foundation for evaluating and enhancing your organization's controls.
Nice. Thank you for that, Jason. Now, let's
You're
delve.
welcome.
Thank you. Let's delve into the steps required to achieve SOC 2 compliance.
Yes, surely, but we have to keep in mind, especially for organizations, to remember that the process of or the steps of gaining SOC 2 compliance is or it requires time and commitment. So first, you're gonna have to start off with a risk assessment. So you're gonna have to undergo a thorough assessment or assessment of your risks to identify the potential vulnerabilities and threats to your systems. After that, you're gonna have to implement the controls that you have in your policies to address these identified risks. Now, these controls may include but are not limited to your access controls, your encryption, and regular monitoring. The third step would be the documentation part, of course. So SOC 2 audits require that you establish your documentation including your process, your policies and controls. You're gonna have to document everything that you do within your organization, that especially those processes that involve customer data. This will serve as the baseline in your SOC 2 compliance or in gaining your SOC 2 compliance. Now, once you have set up your documentation, the next step would be to conduct a pre-assessment or a readiness assessment. This will serve as your identifying mark that will evaluate your readiness as an organization, whether you will be able to be assessed as SOC 2 compliant. This will also help you address and identify and address any remaining gaps within your systems process. The last step would be the engagement of official audit. So you're gonna have to engage a qualified third-party auditor to conduct the SOC 2 audit. Now, they will assess your controls, your policies, and your overall compliance with regard to your or to the trust service criteria that we've mentioned a while ago.
Nice. Thank you for explaining that. And just to give a quick recap, the steps in achieving SOC compliance would be first risk assessment, implement controls, documentation, pre-assessment, and of course the official audit. Now,
That's correct.
we've received some questions, and I'd like to discuss with you so that you can provide further clarity and insight for our
Mhm.
audience regarding SOC 2. First question is, why is SOC 2 important for businesses?
Well, SOC 2 compliance is crucial for building trust with clients, especially if you're an organization that deals with your clients or customers' data. As I've mentioned, it demonstrates your commitment as an organization that you are committed in protecting the data or the information of your client. And you are also committed in meeting industry standards and safeguarding sensitive information.
And here's another one. How long does it take to achieve SOC 2 compliance?
Well, it varies and it depends primarily on number one, on the organization size, the
Mhm.
complexity of your process and then the policies, and of course, your current security posture. Overall, the SOC 2 compliance would take several months, give or take around almost a year. That includes your Type 1 and Type 2 SOC 2 compliance processes. So it may take several months to complete the overall process of SOC 2 compliance. And for you to be able to prepare and then implement the controls and undergo the audit. The whole process would probably take around maximum of 12 months, almost a year.
Right. And here's another question. What are the main challenges during SOC 2 audit?
Well, the main challenges include but are not limited to number one would be identifying and implementing your controls. Of course, the preparation of the documents that you need in terms of translating the policies, the processes, and the controls into into an appropriate documentation. And then you have your vulnerabilities that you have to address that you have identified during your risk assessment. You're gonna have to make sure that you address the vulnerabilities that you have identified. And of course, one of the challenges is aligning your practices, your business practices, your culture, uh, professional culture or business culture with the trust service criteria, the five tenets, so to speak, of SOC 2.
I see, I got it. And how about smaller businesses? Can they also benefit from SOC 2 compliance?
Definitely, it's actually quite advisable nowadays for smaller businesses which involve or which deal with customers' data to pursue SOC 2 compliance because it enhances their credibility as an organization. It provides competitive edge compared to their competitors, and it assures their clients, again, ultimately, it assures their clients that the data that the clients provide with the organization is actually handled and managed in a secure and safe manner, regardless of the size of the organization.
I see. If I may ask, how often should an organization undergo a SOC 2 audit?
Well, the SOC 2 audit is generally speaking conducted annually, but the frequency depends on some factors. Whether it can be conducted. Well, some assessments or SOC 2 audits can be conducted more frequently as the need arises or as the organization deem it fit to conduct the SOC 2 audit. But in general, in as a general process, the SOC 2 audit is conducted annually on an annual basis.
Mhm. Now, it all boils down to the cost. What are the typical costs
Of course.
associated with SOC 2 compliance?
All right. So the cost, of course, this is going to be discussed. Well, the cost again, well, pretty much it depends again on the complexity of the process, the size of the organization, because these elements would factor in your consultancy fees, your infrastructure or technological investments, and even your audit fees. Now, regardless of the cost, you're gonna have, as an organization, you're gonna have to consider that this is a good investment because once you invest in SOC 2 compliance, it often returns your investment. It often pays off in the form of your, of course, your enhanced. You will have an enhanced security posture, um, and ultimately would redound to you as an organization gaining your clients' trust, or even retaining or gaining more clients and gaining their trust in the process.
Mhm. Now, you've explained the importance of SOC 2. If I
Mhm.
may ask, is SOC 2 only relevant to technology companies?
Not necessarily. SOC 2 is applicable to any organization that, as long as it handles customers' data, it can be applied to, SOC 2 compliance can be applied to that particular organization. While, of course, technology companies often pursue SOC 2, it is valuable for service providers in various industries. So, with the name itself, service organization controls. So it deals mainly with organizations that provide service.
Mhm.
So be it software, be it, as long as what the organization provides is a service, SOC 2 can be pursued by that organization.
I see. And can you expound more on the benefits of SOC 2 certification for clients?
Definitely. Once you have been deemed compliant under SOC 2, it automatically gives you, or it assures your clients automatically that you as a service provider has robust security controls in place, and you are actually implementing those controls. As a result, you are able to protect their data from unauthorized access. You are also able to maintain the confidentiality of that data, and you will also be able to ensure the availability of your system and processes in terms of handling and managing and securing your customers' data. So those are the main benefits of having a SOC 2 compliant organization.
Mhm. Now, I guess you pretty much explained already the steps to achieve and maintain SOC 2 compliance earlier. So, can
Mhm.
you just give them a quick recap on um, the steps on achieving SOC 2 compliance?
Definitely. So for achieving SOC 2 compliance, number one, again, you're gonna have to start off with risk assessment. So identify vulnerabilities in your systems. Now, once you have done the assessment for risks, you implement the controls that you have, and then once you implement the controls, you document your processes, your policies and controls, and then you conduct your readiness assessment to determine where you stand in terms of being able to assess as SOC 2 compliant. And then after that stage, you conduct or you engage in official audit. So that's the achieving part of the SOC 2 compliance. Now, the maintaining part involves, of course, ongoing monitoring of your policies and controls and processes. You will also have to conduct regular assessments whether your security and processes are still effective. And then definitely, you will also have, as an organization, it is highly recommended for you to continuously pursue continuous improvement, because these are the elements that are crucial in terms of maintaining your SOC 2 compliance.
I see. So at the end, I'd like to emphasize that achieving SOC 2 compliance is is just the beginning. It's continuous monitoring, regular assessments, and ongoing improvement efforts are crucial for maintaining certification over time.
Exactly, Hyacinth. I could not have said it any better.
Mhm. And in summary, SOC 2 compliance serves as a pivotal milestone in fostering trust with clients and, of course, safeguarding their sensitive information. So, before we conclude the webinar, anyone, please feel free to ask any questions you may have, and please know that your engagement is highly appreciated. Any questions? Going once, twice? All right, I guess it was pretty much clearly explained by you, Jason. So our viewers, our attendees doesn't have any question. Once again, this is Hyacinth. Thank you all for joining us today for this webinar. We appreciate your participation. Stay secure, stay compliant, and we look forward to seeing you in the next webinar.